What is going on, everyone?
Hey,
Season
guys.
starting again.
All right, we're going to get right into this Fantasy Football Edition. Oh, that's frothy.
It's blue. A horrible pour, though.
Hey, guys. So, all right, Last Second Sports, Fantasy Football Edition. We got to get ready for this year's Fantasy Football Drafts. And we're going to try to help you as much as possible. Could only hope we get you a little bit over the edge to get that championship. What do you got, Barfy?
What do I got? We're hopping right in this, aren't we?
I guess. I don't know.
Are we hopping in? I mean, so you guys remember from last year? From last year, we took a little step by step on different things. Now, I'm even though I've been doing fantasy football for what? This is my 5th season with you, and I've been doing fantasy for 10 years. I still have no clue what I'm doing. You know,
you do just fine.
I do just fine. So that's
You're
what I mean.
Playing stupid.
If an idiot like me can handle fantasy football well, and trust me, listen to us because I'm a moron and numbers don't lie.
All right. Well, I hope everyone had a wonderful 4th of July. I hope everyone did some barbecuing and everything like that. I know this is a bit early for these kinds of projections or picks and all that stuff, but we got a couple more shows we want to reel out before the real fantasy football drafts begin in mid-August, late August.
Yeah. August 21st for us, right?
No, I think it's
or the 28th.
28th, yeah. We actually got the last weekend of August this year. That's a good thing. But all right, we're going to jump right into this. We're going to get right into the sleeper category. Barfy.
Wake up, sleepyhead!
So for my sleepers, I have Najee Harris from Pittsburgh, the rookie.
Okay.
Why
are you going with him? Why do you think he's going to have this? Where would you say he's going to finish the year projection wise, as far as being a sleeper and all? He's obviously going to be a second, maybe a 3rd round draft pick, possibly.
Yeah, I off the bat, you don't want to get a rookie because you have no idea. He's a good bench him for the first week, see how he does in preseason, and then make your decision. But the man's 6'2", 230, large catch radius. He's playing
too. He he can catch the ball. That's good. Yeah, his average draft position is 24th. So he's definitely a 2nd, 3rd round pick.
I mean, definitely RB2. You know what I mean? So, and it's Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh doesn't really screw up on these type of things, on getting good players, good rookie players, and evolving and coaching them into being amazing players. So,
yeah, maybe he'll. I don't know. The Eagles play him this year, or are they going to chase Clay Pulis a little bit?
I don't know. I don't think they will.
I don't think. No, they played last year, so they're not going to play this year.
Right. So that's who I got for. I have him. Also, my favorite player in the NFL.
Hadouken!
From the 49ers, Mr. Brandon Ayuk. He missed 4 games with injuries. Plus, he got COVID twice. I don't know how you get it twice, but he got it twice. But he's great. He was, for what he did. He had 77 yards, two touchdowns on 6 carries and 12 active weeks. He was 9th for most fantasy points among wide receivers in fantasy. 12.6 targets per game and a 5-game stretch late in the season. So he's definitely like your third. I would say your third wide receiver. You would put him for your third wide receiver position.
Yeah, like he definitely. I'd say ended the year strong. Buffalo 18 points, Washington 17.9, at Dallas 17.8, and then Arizona for the final for his final game was 3.6. I
Right.
believe I believe he got hurt because he was out week 17 as well.
Yeah. So again, Brandon Ayuk guys.
And your next Fitzmagic.
Do you believe in Fitzmagic? And I hope you do.
Not playing Washington twice.
I mean, this is his 9th NFL team. He hasn't played an actual season, a full season since 2015. But he's going to the team with no name. And I think the way Washington played last year, I think he's got it. I think he's going to be a solid quarterback for the team. Is Washington going to do anything good? Probably not. But stats wise, I think he's an excellent backup quarterback position to pick up.
Playing for the Miami Dolphins last year, he did a fantastic job.
He got hosed.
He did get hosed. He should not have been benched. You're looking at his stats as far as he had a very meager 8 points, where you had Fitztragic show up with 3 interceptions. He only had 8 points against New England. But then he followed it up against Buffalo, who's a solid team with 25 points. At Jacksonville, 24.7. Seahawks, 24. San Francisco, 28.6. Jets, 19. And then they benched him after the bye week. And then he got spot starts against the Jets and the Vegas Raiders.
And the shit talking is starting already. Thanks, Matt. Careful, you might have to wear a dress after I beat you in the drum off.
Speaking of that, hey, I forgot to even say before we even started, kudos, shout out to all those commissioners out there that have to pull up with the BS every year of the people that that just, I don't.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, how do you explain it? You were in that yesterday, Joe.
I started some of it. I was starting to just
all was a simple rule change vote, and none of you could freaking come to a goddamn freaking just say yes or no, yay or nay. That's the question. That was it. This is what the proposal is: yay or nay.
You shot down my proposal. You didn't bring it to the table.
No, I kicked that right out because it's about kickers. No one gives a shit about kickers.
I care about kickers.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. That's one of those clutch positions.
Y'all wanted to change the rules last year about the damn kickers.
I did not.
Well, majority rule change for the kickers, and I'm not doing another kicker point change again this year because y'all are morons.
That's bullshit.
All right. Anyway, hey, all you commissioners out there, I feel you.
Look at me. I'm a commissioner. I say strong. Look at me. I'm a commissioner.
Woo, nobody gives a shit.
It's all right.
So I'm
it's my job to torture you now.
Yeah. Jumping into my sleepers, I have Mike Davis in Atlanta, running back. His only competition right now for carries is Cordell Patterson, who's just a kick returner and like a jet sweep kind of guy. Like he plays around with the halfback position, but he ain't much. Like, I don't know. Mike Davis is going in like the 7 to 9 round range. He'd be a great flex, low end running back too. I would, if I had the chance, I would grab him in the 6th because he's going to get the bulk of the carries. That's no doubt in my mind that he's not going to get the bulk of the carries down there.
But what's the line? What's the O line going to look like? You got to think about that when you're getting some of these players.
He's done it. He's done it everywhere he's gone. Everywhere he's gone, he's done it. He's done it. He was in Carolina last year. He did just fine. He did it in Chicago. He was just fine. He played for San Fran for a little bit. He did just fine. He was everywhere as he goes. He produces. The guy produces. Now he's going to be given the backfield to do it, and he's going to produce. So very, very, very underrated player that's about to have his official breakout year where he's going to be over 1,000-yard rusher. And he's going to also add in a bunch of receiving statistics along the way.
Good.
Yeah,
Good for Atlanta. Good for Atlanta. Maybe something good might happen.
maybe. Never does.
Never does.
28-3.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm not even an Atlanta fan. My balls hurt just thinking about that. That was a kick in the dick.
oh. All right, so
That's just stupid.
my next sleeper is Chase Edmonds in Arizona. I know they did pick up James Conner from Pittsburgh. James Conner's done. He's a shell of what he used to be. He's not anywhere near where he was his rookie year, second year. Injuries have piled up on him. His health isn't all there. He's slow. He's not. It's not going to happen. It's going to be eventually. What's going to happen is they might give Conner some carries in the beginning of the season, and they're going to phase him out. And then it's going to be Edmonds that's going to take over. And this is a pass-heavy offense. Edmonds catches the ball out of the backfield better than anyone else in the league, and he takes to the house every time. No doubt in my mind, Chase Edmonds, once he takes over, probably by week 3, but getting all the carries, getting all the receptions, he becomes a 3-down back. He's done. He's going to take off. He's going. So he's also going in the range of 7 to 9 round range. So I would, if he's there in the 7th round, 8th round, 9th round, you definitely take him. Hell of a flex player. I would definitely plug him as my flex player, and he might actually be a low end running back too eventually once he takes over fully. I definitely would say you need to go after Chase Edmonds if you get the chance to pull the trigger, even if you need to pull the trigger around early, just so you can assure you get yourself a solid flex. And finally, we have Hollywood Brown.
Oh,
Now, the last 5 weeks of the season last year, Hollywood Brown and Lamar Jackson.
said Hollywood like that.
Hollywood, okay. Hollywood Brown and Lamar Jackson they finally found their chemistry. They finally were able to hook up. In the last 5 games, Hollywood Brown, 6 touchdowns.
Ooh, so he definitely was out of the friend zone. End zone.
Yeah, he's definitely got in the end zone.
I'm still stuck in the friend zone. So
One day.
one day I'll get there.
So usually when I do these projections and try to find sleepers, I'll usually look at the sample size of the last 4 weeks of the season, 4 or 5 weeks of the season, and see where players are going. If there's an uptrend or whatever, I definitely will bump them a round or two from where they're projected, just so I can ensure to get those kind of players. Because you end the season hot, usually you're going to take the momentum into the next season. So he is ranked 34th among all the wide receivers. I definitely believe, especially being in the 11th and 13th round between there being drafted, he's going to outproduce that 34 rank. He's going to probably be, I would say, closer to 15, top 15 producer. He might just blow the whole world away if Lamar Jackson actually starts hitting him downfield more often like he was the last 5 weeks of the season. And it could be a top 10 performance, and he becomes a household name. He's a burner. That's what he is. He's fast. He can get behind the line, but he's also kind of guy that runs. He is not afraid to go across the middle. He's going to get his receptions. So I would definitely say if you have the chance in the late rounds for not even a flyer, I say this guy you take him. He's your wide receiver 4 possibly, and he could possibly be your starter by week 5, week 6, and you're like, well, that was a really good pickup.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of the people who was actually commenting, people who are there, you can comment.
Yes. Leave a comment.
Lindsay in
question.
Houston.
Man, that is a crowded backfield. I like Lindsay. I do. You got Johnson. You have Rex. What's his name? Guy from New England. Burkhead. It's such a crowded backfield. I don't know. Like if Philip Lindsay's there, Philip Lindsay probably will end up going undrafted in most leagues, I would say. But if you want to take a flyer on a guy as your fifth running back and say, hey, let's see what happens, David Johnson isn't much. Rex Burkhead, he ain't nothing. So Philip Lindsay is a proven commodity when he does catch the ball, when he does get the ball, he is proven. He did it in Denver. He got banged up when you try to give him a little bit more. So he is definitely one of those guys that you can stick in your flex, matchup based, and depending on it's a really game flow thing. And you also have to think about Watson. He might not be playing, so they don't really have much there. So they're going to defenses are going to just 8 men in the box and just go to town. And that offensive line is horrible.
wasn't that why Deshaun Watson's in trouble now? Because he tried to get into the box too much?
Yeah, he was bad touching.
Is there actually something called the bad touch? I don't think so.
Oh, there's a song.
Yes, there is. Sex is the Texas drop me, and you do the kind of stuff that only Prince would sing about. All right.
All right,
so,
we are moving on to Barfy's Redeemers.
My Redeemers. I mean,
And totally redeem yourself.
Gotta redeem yourself.
Got to. Have a bad year. Got to come back strong the following.
So, start this off. I got Michael Thomas. He suffered an injury. He injured through 2020. He 29 campaign. Well, in 2019, he set the single reception record, 149-1. Online, he had 185 targets that year. Finished 4 consecutive seasons as top 7 fantasy wide receiver before last year getting hurt. Even though the Saints quarterback situation's kind of sketchy right now. And for the first time for his career, he'll be a hefty target. He'll be a hefty target to this season. They're going to go, they're going to rely on him, I feel. He's going to be definitely your first wide receiver, mid-range player in that aspect. So I would say you want, if you're grabbing wide receivers off the bat, you might want to get him your second or third in if he's available.
No, I agree. I think he's going to definitely produce this year. He did have a down year last year. I actually had him, which kind of sucked. But he is in average drafting position between the second and third round, which I think is a heck of a value for him. For just all right. So you have Taysom Hill. If he ends up becoming the starter down there, I'm kind of like, though he did force feed Michael Thomas, he was still averaging around 7 targets a game with Taysom Hill. So they're still going to throw it out there, and he's still the vocal point of the offense. And there's no more Emmanuel Sanders. You have Traquan Smith, they're still waiting for him to actually become something. But yeah, I really want to see Jameis Winston get the start over there, because I know then it's going to be fireworks. As long as he takes care of the ball. If he takes care of the ball,
you mean like full Katy Perry fireworks?
Like fireworks, like it's LASIK Winston or Jameis, LASIK Jameis. He got LASIK surgery. He can see now. He's ready to go.
I mean, I figured it'd be more Katy Perry, but Jameis, you're a firework. I don't know.
All right, your next one, buddy.
That's just stupid.
Now, of course, I'm going to put him down here because he is the underdog of the NFL, I feel. Got the shit end of the stick with Philly through all that bullshit. Carson Wentz. Yes. He 21 touchdowns, 15 interceptions, 10 fumbles, has career worst marks, a completion rating below 57%, 6 yards per average. but he got the shit end of the deal. You could tell the team didn't want him. The players didn't want him anymore. You know, whatever happened in the locker room, whatever happened behind doors, they didn't leave it in the locker room and became a team. They wanted him gone. I don't care what happened. Now he's got the coach that made him a name. Got Frank Reich. So he is going. You want to talk about Katy Perry? He's coming out. He's the magic man.
I see. I think he's due for definitely a redemption season. He has he's got the running back in Jonathan Taylor. He's got a trio of wide receivers in Campbell, Hilton, and Pittman Jr., who are all very solid in their own ways and doing what they do. So he's got their tight end. I forget who their tight end is. I think it's Doyle. I don't know. I might be a year off. I'm not sure. But
Doyle rules.
Doyle rules. But yeah, I definitely think Wentz is in for a good season. He's got the offensive line too down there. Like Indy, he's going to be just fine in Indy.
I think, yeah, if he has an offensive line to protect him for more than 3.5 seconds, he's going to be able to get the ball out. He's going to be able to read the field. And, he's going to be dangerous. I know he's been working on his back. I'm sure he's just sitting there at a dartboard just practicing when he's home. When he's got the one baby in the hand, he's at the dartboard just going pink, 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 making sure he is laser focused. Yeah, and I swear, I hope he just destroys all the teams.
I want to see him succeed. Definitely want to. All right, moving on to another NFC East.
Oh, this just made my kidney stone shift that I'm actually putting this name out there into the cosmos. But Dak Prescott, man, he's healed up. That was a gnarly injury. Much respect for him on that. But,
that was a terrible injury. That made me sick to my stomach.
I remember I was in Florida when I remember seeing that. I'm drinking beer and I actually I did a spit take. I literally just like, "Pooh!" That was gross.
That's just stupid.
But he
was on pace for like 7,000 yards. He's going to break records.
We're taking back, 2019 season, 13 touchdowns, he finished second in fantasy sports among QBs. And he was on his way to even be better in 2020. He was sitting at second again until he got hurt.
Again, he's got a great offensive line, a trio of wide receivers, a running back.
Right. He's got Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Michael Gallup, Ezekiel Elliott, offensive line, which is amazing. He's a solid weekly starter. I mean, and he's going to get you your points. Do I think he's going to be, no, but he's going to get you the points that you need. He's still going to be giving you 25 to 34 points a game.
I think he's going to definitely be in the top 5 discussion.
Yeah.
For not saying top 5 quarterbacks in the league, but top 5 fantasy quarterbacks. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, we're talking fantasy. Outside of fantasy, I don't give a shit about him.
No.
Glad his leg is good. Give me some fucking points.
All right.
Thanks, Matt.
Yeah, if they don't fix their defense, absolutely. That's been the issue. Where am I at? Oh, okay. I'm in my Redeemers. Okay.
And totally redeem yourself.
All right. So my first Redeemer is Joe Mixon.
You love Joe Mixon.
Dude, he is a solid running back. It was a bad year. He had injuries. He had all kinds of things going on. He lost his starting quarterback. They had no quarterback throwing the ball. AJ Green sucked. T. Higgins was too young to actually do a whole heck of a lot. Now they got what's his name? Murray. Jermichael. What the hell is this? The first round damn draft pick, friggin' Murray or whatever his name is, friggin' wide receiver. I forget his damn name. Anywho. So yeah, Joe Mixon, 92 points last year total. Injuries, trouble O-line, terrible quarterback play. No Gio to worry about, vulturing any touchdowns or anything like that. So it's all on Joe Mixon this year. Average draft position is 3rd round. I think that is amazing value for a guy that can step in and be your RB1. I'm comfortable in saying you take him in the 2nd round. I am very comfortable in saying so.
Really?
Yes.
I would say 3rd, 4th, but you love him. You love him.
He's a good running back. He's got all the tools. It's hard to find.
Didn't I steal him from you last year?
I know I had him in one of my leagues, and yeah, it was very depressing.
I remember you sat there, you were all gunned up for it, and I'm like, yoink.
It probably did happen. So my next redeemer, Christian McCaffrey, another guy who was down with another massive injury-plagued season. They had to shut him down. He's coming back to an offense where he's going to be given the keys once again to just do what he does: catch, run, throw, tackle, all that stuff. He's going to be doing it all again. Though he is averaging to be the number 1 overall draft pick in most drafts. I feel that's a smidge too high on a guy that's coming off an injury-plagued season, especially when you have options like Dalvin Cook and Derrick Henry, Kamara even, I would say.
I don't think Alvin Kamara's got anything left in him. I think he's got one or two more seasons left before he's just, you know.
Here's the thing about actually a stat that I read. Over the last 20 years, I think there's only been one running back over the age of 26 that's led the league in rushing. So if you want to find that running back that's going to lead the league in rushing, it has to be 26 years or younger. That's how the trends are going. That's what you need to look at. Look at age. As sad as it sounds, yes. So Kamara is up there. So you might be right about that. But still, I'd say I would not draft him number 1 because you do have Derrick Henry there. You do have lost my train of thought. Dalvin Cook. Definitely Christian McCaffrey is definitely going to be back, but I don't think he's going to be where he was 2 years ago, where he was just an unstoppable force. The guy had like 400 and some touches. That's like a death sentence for a running back.
Yes.
I
agree with you. You literally stopped mid-sentence. I'm like, is he talking or?
Okay. So my next one is Lamar Jackson, who was coming off of an MVP season, caliber season or MVP season the year prior. And he definitely did not do all that well. As far as the first 11, 12 games of the season. After that, the last 5 games, he averaged 29 points a game. Now, like I said, my rule of thumb when I look for someone that's going to come back, or I go for the trend of how they finish the season, the last 4 or 5 games of the season. Look at that as the trend. Finish strong, start the next season strong kind of thing. So he finished strong, 29 points a game. That's top 5 quarterback material. So he's found his chemistry with his wide receiver. The first 11 weeks of the season, he was only averaging 19. So there's a huge difference between the play there. Between
something lit a fire under his ass.
Yeah, something happened. I know that he sat out a game. He sat out week 12, and then he came back and he just lit it on fire. So,
he literally said, "Fuck you, Jobu. I do it to myself." Started running.
So his average draft, he's getting drafted in the 5th or 6th round. Now, I think that is incredibly. If you can get him in the 5th or 6th round, awesome. I think he definitely has value in the 4th, 5th. But if you just hold on and you get him in the 6th, you just got yourself a quarterback that's probably going to be top, possibly 3. He's coming back. He's going to be one of the better fantasy quarterbacks in the league this year. definitely grab Lamar Jackson if you have a chance. Even if you want to spend a little extra draft capital to do so, take him a round or two early. It don't matter. You need a quarterback to win fantasy football. You can't sit there and have Kirk Cousins as your number one quarterback. You're not going to do it. You're not going to win championships that way.
You leave Kirk alone.
Kirky. All right, Barfy, you got busts.
I'm about to bust.
So, first and foremost, I'm Monahan actually and I agreed on this one.
Oh,
Well, no. So Saquon Barkley, running back. He's been
you're
this
going
season-
Saquon first.
Yes.
Okay.
So Saquon Barkley. He's now what's this, his 6th season?
No.
4th?
Third?
No. I think this is his 4th season.
This is fourth?
And he's progressively gotten slower. His rookie year, he was dangerous. His sophomore year, he came in and he was just steady the entire time. And then he started slowing down, and then he got hurt. I think he's done. I think the train is over.
He's 24. He's 24 years old. I think this was his 3rd year last year.
I think the train is over. I think the train has reached its stop.
I think you're nuts.
Well, people have said that about me. I mean, I'm a bit crazy. But we'll save our mutual one for the last here.
Yeah.
But Clyde Edwards-Helaire, just because it's hard to be a consistent player. It really is. I don't know. And we were just talking about this. This is just a gamble crapshoot one. I thought about it because I played him last year, and every time I needed him to show up, he was just a point shy. He was always a point shy. So,
yeah, he was very sporadic. Like, as far as points were concerned, he wasn't getting a lot of carries. He wasn't getting a lot of receptions. He had big games, and then he had poo-poos.
right.
He disappeared.
That's what I mean. And when I needed him to give me some points, because whether it was a bye week or another big player had a bye week or whatever, I mean, just the entire time.
Yeah.
Every time I needed him. So
That's a big one.
And to move to the final one for my choice, which is a mutual agreement between Monahan and I.
Yes.
This ass clown. He is a great quarterback. Again, losing speed. The scrambling quarterback doesn't last as long as a passing quarterback in the NFL. He's had a healthy run. It's time to put Smarty Jones to the glue factory. I feel he's done with this. You know.
Yeah, he started off incredibly hot last year. You're talking 30s across the board for the first 9 weeks, what I'm seeing. For the majority of his, like, averaging like 30 plus points for a good 9 weeks. So a lot of people are going to be drafting this guy, expecting the MVP race, Russell Wilson, and that's not what you're going to get. So he is having an average draft position in the 5th or 6th round. I think you wait on him to the 9th. I'd say you get better value in the 9th for Russell Wilson as maybe your backup. As sad as it sounds, they are going back. They're already making moves. They are going back to hard news, running the ball. That's what they're going to do. It's not. I understand they got DK Metcalf. They have Tyler Lockett. They have all these wide receiver options. They just picked up another tight end. That's a receiving tight end. They have the offense is there built to do the vertical game and everything. But they're going to pound the ball. That's what they're going to do. And if they have to play catch up, which that's why Russell Wilson was throwing the ball so much, is because their defense was so bad that they were playing catch up. He does have the ability to play catch up. He can do that, but they are going to pound this ball. They're improve their defense. They're going to take the clock away. That's how they're going to do it this year. I definitely would say 5th, 6th round, don't take him. Especially you have a Lamar Jackson floating out there. You take Lamar Jackson over him. Absolutely. Best value, say 9th round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still think he's going to be a bust. I think, yes, he is the perfect backup quarterback for your fantasy team. I had him. I think I had him 1 year as my backup, and thank God I had him. But it was just, on a bye week, or quarterback just wasn't playing up to snuff the past few weeks, where he's playing a harder team. I only put him in here, and I would just squeeze by. So I think his time again. It's time to go to the Elmer factory.
Now I know this is not going to be for my bust. This is not going to be a pick that people want to hear because there's such a great story last year. But Justin Jefferson is not going to have the repeat season that everyone thinks he's going to have. And pitchforks are coming out now with this because he has the draft. His average draft is in 2nd round. That is way
That's
too
just
high.
stupid.
That's just stupid. It's way too high. Way too high. I'm feeling a hardcore sophomore slump. He had 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. I'm thinking since it is a 18-week season this year, he might get to 1,200 yards because of the extra week. You're looking at maybe 5 touchdowns, but 1,200 yards, 5 touchdowns for a guy you're taking in the 2nd round. Yeah. No, it's not 2nd round. 4th round, maybe 5th round. That's way too high. 2nd round's way, way, way too high.
I'm about to bust.
All right. And then another one that's probably not going to be a favorite because everyone's toting him as a sleeper. And I say, bust Cam Akers.
I could see that. I could see that.
Yeah, I can see it too. Average draft position, 2nd round. The team that's going to take Cam Akers is going to fall into this guy. He's going to fall in love with him. They're going to make him the RB1 for their fantasy football team. Is like a team that takes a wide receiver in the late 1st round. So they come back around. I need a running back, and they snag Cam Akers. And they think, I just got the best running back, and he's going to have 1,500 yards and 1 million receptions, and he's going to be amazing and everything like that. I know they added Stafford, but Stafford's never made running backs better. He's
air heavy. He's air heavy. Stafford's an arm.
Yeah, Stafford's never made a running back better. He's had plenty of swings.
I mean, who was his go-to for seasons on end was Golden Tate. Yeah.
So with an 18-week season, I think he does crack 1,000 yards. Whoop-dee. But in the 2nd round, 1,000-yard rusher, no, that's not happening. That's terrible. If he slips to the 3rd or 4th round, boom, make him your RB2. That's probably a better position to be in. Absolutely. You also have to worry about Darrell Henderson. He is going to get his carries. I'm not sure if they still have Malcolm Brown, but he's going to get his carries too. Like, I understand Cam Akers is a very, very skilled running back, but there is plenty of mouths to feed in that backfield. And McAfee, he just wants to do all kinds of crazy shit with his offense. So now he's got his new shiny toy in Stafford, and I say there's going to be a lot of Woods and Cooper Kupp action going on.
Cooper Kupp,
and Higbee. Is that all? Yeah.
That's the whole that's there, John.
Yeah, that's what I got for that.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
I will ask a question. What is your thought process when it comes to drafting? Are you going to go wide receivers, running backs, wide receiver, running back, or do you do like 3 wide receivers and then get a running back later on? How do you figure that out?
I used to be really big in like running back, and get the best running backs available. And I won championships doing that. But I found I've won more championships getting a solid running back, getting a solid wide receiver, and then going running back again. Getting a top 5 wide receiver is invaluable.
Right.
So you get yourself a good running back, or great running back. You get yourself a solid wide receiver, and then you come back around, get your RB2, which is probably going to be a pretty decent running back as well. But you don't win your championships in the first couple of rounds. You win them in the later rounds. You win them on the waiver wire and everything like that. So definitely when we talk about sleepers and things like that, taking a guy like years ago when Arian Foster was huge, the season that he broke out, I got Arian Foster in the 14th round.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I snagged him in the 14th round. I grabbed Lamar Jackson before he had his MVP season. I got him in the 12th or 13th round. You grab these guys before. I grabbed Aaron Rodgers, I think, in the 10th round before he had his breakout year. You grab these guys. That's what wins you championships. Finding these guys in the later rounds. That's what wins you championships. Not taking Christian McCaffrey in the first round. It's going to help, but it's not going to get you there.
You also got to read the depth chart. You got to see where they're at in the depth chart. What I've learned. Also, you know what helped me when I won? When I won? Kickers.
That's why kickers are the last pick in the draft. They're interchangeable. You can get the best kicker on waiver wire.
Right, but also I've been reading how you want they're saying defense special teams is what you want as your final picks of the draft.
Yeah, defense, special teams, and kickers.
I definitely would get a kicker higher up.
Yeah,
you get a good leg. You get a good leg
in like the 12th. Some people take kickers into like the 12th round and whatnot, and they can go do that.
I do 10th, 11th.
Big weirdo.
Hey man. Well,
So, is there any other questions on the questions? Anybody? Bueller?
There's only like one person watching.
But anyway.
Nobody gives a shit.
All right. Well, hey, everyone that tuned in and everything, that was great. We had a lot of fun. We're going to have another episode in maybe another week or two. Some different categories that we're going to discuss. And then
I always feel we should be discussing, not now, obviously, I'm talking about in the future. Draft strategies, saying we should be doing a mock draft just because
we will be doing that. I think that would be our third show prior to the season starting. So we got this show, we got another show, and then we got to do the third show. That would be a mock draft special. But that's what we're going to be doing with that.
It's just fun to say, mock draft.
Mock draft.
Oh. Mock draft.
I'm about to bust.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in. I had a blast doing this.
Oh, also, I'm cutting you off.
Yes,
I got to say, for those who are watching, check out Monahan's video games. Dude's busting his ass. Just check it out. Man's busting his ass trying to bring some quality content to us all. So like, follow, subscribe.
Yes, hit that like button. That helps so much. I don't care if you don't even have to watch the whole damn thing. Click the link, click the like, hit the subscribe button. It's not hard. You all are doing that. You all are watching Pornhub. I know you are. So, and you're hitting that like button on Pornhub.
I'd be afraid to hit the like button on Pornhub just because of cookies and all that stuff.
It's already got you. You're in Pornhub.
I always do dark mode on my Google.
Incognito
mode.
Incognito
That's right.
mode.
I don't need that shit going on my router. One day my kid's gonna go online doing something, and all of a sudden he's gonna go to like anal midget fisting, and there it is.
All right, we are going to end this fantasy football show on that note. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Barbie, thank you. And we are